I speak now with Jefferson. He is executive producer of Heroes of Dragon Age. Hi, Jefferson. Please, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, so Jefferson Valadares. I've been in EA since 2007 and executive producer for Heroes of Dragon Age.
Okay, so we didn't hear much yet about EA Capital Games. Could you please give us an overview about the studio?
Yeah, so the studio is actually, it used to be a startup called Click Nation, which, funny enough, they wanted to be the buyer of social games. So they always were big fans of BioWare, and then eventually BioWare bought them. So they became part of BioWare, and now they changed names recently, and now they're just called Capital Games. But they're a small studio in Sacramento, in California, about 70 people. And again, people really passionate about RPGs and really good experiences.
So Heroes of Dragon Age is the first installment of the franchise for iOS devices. What is this game about?
It's a very rich franchise, and we're trying to figure out how we can use that on a way that works well on a mobile phone. So this is a game, it's a slightly different type of gameplay. It's more like a strategy, squad combat game. So it's more about being strategic than it is a traditional RPG. And we also have characters and storylines from every Dragon Age game. So if you're a fan, you're really going to love the game.
And will it be available on other platforms too?
iOS and Android at launch. So if you have an iPhone or any sort of Android device, you're going to have it, and tablets as well.
Okay, and what were the reasons for developing Heroes of Dragon Age as a round-based strategy RPG instead of continuing with the classic RPG mechanics?
Well, we felt that the experiences that Dragon Age and Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition bring, that cinematic, interactive storytelling experience, doesn't really fit well with mobile devices, which are smaller screens, and it's more like short interactions rather than sitting down for 3 hours in a couch. So we decided to find a game that worked well for that, and we think we found it.
So are there any connections to the storyline of the first Dragon Age RPGs or to the new Dragon Age Inquisition?
Yeah, so like I mentioned in the beginning, we actually have the stories you play in this game are existing tales from previous Dragon Age everything. So there's stories from Dragon Age 1, stories from Dragon Age 2, stories from the books, stories from the wiki. So there's characters that people have never seen, they maybe just heard about them, that were the first game to have them live. For Inquisition, Inquisition is still a ways to come, so we're not talking about specifically how we're gonna mix the two games, but you can imagine what we're gonna do.
Thank you for the interview. Have a good time here.
Thank you.
Next to me now is Jeff Skalski. He's executive producer of Dungeon Keeper. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, how's it going, Anna?
Thank you, very good, thanks. And you?
Great, having a good time at Gamescom. Love this place.
Fine. So please just introduce yourself to our audience.
Sure. So I'm the producer for Dungeon Keeper, and super excited to bring this kind of 90s cult classic to a new generation of gamers as well as kind of the hardcore classic fans like myself who grew up playing Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2. It's amazing to bring it to tablet devices. What's so great about it, and the classic fans will understand, is you used to have the Hand of Evil, which was your cursor on the screen because you were playing with a mouse and a keyboard. Well, now on a touch device, the Hand of Evil is your physical hand. So slapping your imps, ordering your minions around, it's a great time. And for the people who are not familiar with Dungeon Keeper, it's kind of a twist on a classic real-time strategy game, but mixed with kind of tower defense elements. It's online, it's connected, everybody gets to play as a keeper, raiding each other's dungeons, building better dungeons, collecting and amassing bigger armies. It's a lot of fun.
So 14 years ago, the second and until now the last latest game of the Dungeon Keeper series has been released for PC. What did you think when the decision was made that you guys could work on a new Dungeon Keeper series?
I honestly was in tears of joy. When EA came to us at Mythic and said, hey, we want you guys to do another mobile game, we were like, okay, well, what IP does EA have rights to? And we were kind of going through the catalog and we saw Dungeon Keeper, and it was just long overdue to bring this game back, and it just makes so much sense on a touch device, so we're super excited to be doing it.
So many players out there are a little bit younger, so please give us an overview about Dungeon Keeper.
Sure. Well, the big thing is, typical strategy games, you actually play as like the good guy, you know, the knight in white and shining armor, saving the damsel in distress or whatever. Well, now you actually get to play the role of the bad guy. So it's good to be bad in Dungeon Keeper. You slap your imps around, they love it. They make them work a little bit faster, build a little bit quicker. We have funny comical characters like the mistress cracking her whip, making people stronger, the bile demon. We have lots of chickens. So it's a lot of humor to the game, a lot of kind of witty fun. It's great.
So what is similar or different between the new and the old games, given the fact that this one will be released on iOS device?
Okay. Well, one big difference is the game is completely freemium, so no excuse not to be downloading it. Everybody can access it, whether they're an iOS user or an Android user. We're going to be on the Google Play and the App Store all at the same time this winter, and in 14 languages. So we're trying to get it out to as many players as possible. But yeah, we're just really excited.
Which games modes will be available?
So we have single player campaign where you can just kind of play against the computer AI, and then we also have PvP. So everyone's a keeper. So as you kind of build out your dungeon and you need more resources, you can actually raid other people's dungeons to collect more resources.
So last question: which one is your favorite villain in the game? Tell me.
Favorite, definitely probably Horny. He is awesome. I mean, his attitude, his character is great, and we're super excited because we just got the original voice actor, Richard Riding, to sign with us. So he's going to be doing a whole bunch of new VO, so classic fans are going to love it. New fans are going to be laughing. We really want people to be laughing while they're playing and rating other people.
Thank you for the interview.
Oh, thanks.
Bye, Jeff.
Appreciate it.